transferred.
Come on now. Yes.
All right. Let's go over the scripture right quick and close. Proverbs 13. A good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. But the wealth of the sinner, the raven, is stored up for the righteous, for Elijah. I'm going to ask you to say this, but I got to say this to you. I don't care where you are in life. Better days are coming. If you understand the plan of God, better days. I told you last week, don't look back. Don't look down. Don't look to the east or the west. Look up. The future is ahead. Better days are coming. It's what the ravens symbolizes, how God uses these symbols as code words to speak to us. So Proverbs says this way, that the wealth of the sinner, the raven, is laid up for the righteous. All right, Job, oldest book in the Bible, first one according to some many to be written. You know he had to have something to say about it, because if it's not in Job, it may not be true. So let's go back and see what the great patriarch Job said. I feel better. There are two people I would look for a confirmation: Job and David. Whatever God gonna do, it was spoke to them in some kind of way. So today I'm gonna use Job. Is that all right? So let's see what Job said. That is the portion of a wicked man with God. There is the portion of a wicked man with God. And the heritage of the oppressors from the Almighty. Look what it says. Though he heaps up silver like dust. Remember David said, I looked at the prosperity of the wicked. My soul got envious. I'm like, another translation says he calls them fat cats. These fat cats eat whatever they want to eat, have no fear of God. And my soul got envious. And then David said, I was troubled in my spirit until I went into the sanctuary of God. And God opened my eyes. And then I understood what it said, his son Solomon, that the wealth of the sinner laid up. I held my peace. He said, go on, God, anoint them to collect and bring it to me. He says, though he heaps up silver like dust and piles up clothing like clay, he may pile it up. But the just will wear it, and the innocent will divide their silver. Silver here meaning spoil. All right, let's move. I got to prove now that about the wealth. Exodus 12, here we go. We pick it up. And they had asked the Egyptians, that's the Israelites, the Egyptians, articles of silver. Look, God told them, Moses asked them for all these things, for articles of silver, articles of gold, and clothing. And they granted them what they requested. Look what it says. So they, meaning Israelites, stripped the Egyptians of their wealth. They went in broke, so to speak, 400 years. But when they came out with the wealth of the Egyptians, representing the world, wealth, the treasury of the world. God called them. They said they actually gave them favor. He favored them. He said, take all of the silver and gold. So they came out with the wealth of the sinner in their hands. Look what it says in Isaiah 61. But you shall be named the priests of the Lord. They shall call you the servants of our God. You shall eat the riches of the Gentiles. Ravens are Gentiles. Egyptians were Gentiles. It's all through the scriptures how God has planned this thing. All right, let's get ready to close. Deuteronomy 28. I cut 1 through 8, but I'm not going to read it all. We're just going to pick it up. Now shall come to pass. This is what God's saying, because we're talking about now the sky's the limit and how God has anointed the raven, the sinner, to work and to collect in order he may give, sow, transfer. God Almighty here. So now we understand what in Deuteronomy 28, when God says, now shall come to pass. If not, here come the contingent, the condition rather. If you will diligently obey the voice of the Lord your God. Look what he says. Blessings shall come upon you. Here come the ravens. If you get in the place, if you obey the voice of God, God say, hold your peace. Stay there. Don't complain. Don't moan. Don't trip. Wait on the Lord. He shall strengthen your heart. He'll encourage your spirit. And if you stay there and let God do what he does, he promised that before it's over, you're going to run and not be weary. You're going to walk and not faint. You're going to mount up on wings of eagles. You're going to soar to the heights of heaven. Thank you, Jesus. Just got to be in the place that God has appointed. So he says back in Deuteronomy, and Moses operating on that same assumption, that if you obey the voice of God, blessings will come upon you. Look what he says. And overtake you. Blessed you shall be in the city. Blessed you shall be by the brook. In the country. Blessed you shall be when you come in. Blessed you shall be when you go out. And the Lord, here it is, will command the blessings on you. Put your hand on your belly. You say, in the name of the Lord, I command the blessings of God on my life. He says he will command the blessings on you. Look, in your storehouse and in all your hand touches will be blessings. I got to close right here because I'm right 5 minutes over. I think I'm right where I'm at, about 35 minutes. That means I got 5 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna take 5 minutes on next Sunday. In the laws of Moses, it says that God will bless you up until the 3rd and 4th generation, showing mercy to them that walk upright. And vice versa. Those who are ungodly shall, quote, speak cursed, not necessarily the curse in the sense of a certain degree of poverty, shall come upon the children for ungodliness to the 3rd and 4th generation. When Moses wrote about the blessings, he's operating with a certain knowledge about the law of God. So, in the Latin translation, that's of Jerome, he writes this right here concerning that transfer of wealth to the 3rd or 4th generation. He translated it when he was talking about that, this right here. I didn't put it up there because that's Latin. You don't worry about it. But in the New King James, or in the King James translation, that is omitted. Jerome translated in Latin, the earlier version. It's in there. So we have the Latin phrase. In the King James, it's taken out. Wake up somebody. So it's in the Latin, but it's not in the King James, the Jerome ballgame. The question is, what does that mean? Y'all ready for this now?
Come on.
Right there. See what we can get here, what we say. Because he's talking about that third and fourth generation. The Latin Vulgate, Jerome translated, saying, the third generation, he's talking about the third and fourth blessing, shall not possess the goods, riches, that have been unjustly acquired. The godly can lay claims at the third generation. Everything your grandperson did, your granddad did unlawfully and took by usury. Thank you, Jesus. At the third generation, the wealth, according to the law, can be passed to the righteous. He can claim it. No wonder King James took it out. Because there's ungodliness, meaning that people, if they got this revelation, will claim that the welfare of the state belong to me and not to you. According to the law, I can claim the riches at the third generation. So King James took it out.
Reparation.
It was reparation. We call it welfare. Now that wasn't welfare. That was the law. That if your grandparents took unjustly riches, the third generation can claim the wealth. No wonder the slave masters gave us the King James Version and not the Vulgate version. Oh, Jesus. Let's close them over. Napoleon Hill, who wrote the book Ink and Grow Rich in 1937, said this one thing. I remember this right. One of the tricks of opportunity is it often comes disguised as misfortune or temporary defeat. That's why we don't recognize it. Elijah got by the brook with a hit on his life. It looked like I'm defeated. A misfortune have befallen me, even for obeying God. But it was an opportunity for God to use him to show. And number one, all things are going to work out for your good. Number two, I'm going to be the one to supply all your needs. And number three, I've ordained that the wealth of the
Come on now.
pass, transfer. But we don't recognize because we die with the issue and not see that there is in this situation an opportunity. I just got to open my eyes and see what it is that God is trying to tell me. Thank you, Jesus. God uses, I taught this in the Learning God's Language, always uses unexpected sources to bless us. That's another unexpected source. Let's close. Say this with me. Or talk to somebody that's close. Just tell them, look up. Don't look down now. Tell them, look up. Tell them, don't look back. Might turn to a pillow of salt. Don't look to the east or the west. Don't look, then just look up. Don't tell them, look up. God, Father, because the ravens, what they coming? They coming to bring you bread that represents money and riches and silver and gold. Because Proverbs confirms that the wealth of the sinner was laid up for the righteous. God got ravens positioned in the mountains who are going to supply what you need if you just keep your eyes open and look for it. Stand to your feet. Let's go. Stand to your feet. Stand to your feet. Come on, stand to your feet. God, send my ravens. Thank you, Lord God. Send them with a double portion. Send them with a double portion. Put an anointing. This is for the first time no one understood what Bible says. Pray for your enemy. Pray that God gives him great energy. Pray that God put him in overdrive. For the more he creates, the more going to be released.